Hello, I'm Graniopteryx and I am on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. You'll find all the other links in the description. I'm also on Twitter, Gab and Parler, and it's on those platforms I let you know when I've uploaded a new video. Please help my channel by liking this video. Please share it and please subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, well, check the subscription is still going because sometimes subscriptions drop quite dramatically. Okay, well, oh yes, you can also help me financially, buy me a coffee or one of the other links. The information is all in the description. This one is for the conspiracy theorists, because I have this horribly creepy feeling that I'm being manipulated. Now, I'll tell you how I got the idea. I was in Marks and Spencer's the other day, and to get to the food section, I had to walk through the women's section, and I saw a load of these on the models. Body warmers. What are they doing in a high fashion thing? That is Jaeger. It's very expensive. It still looks horrible. And then there's this one. I mean, the model is nice and slim. But even so, she looks like she just got herself dressed in a charity shop. And then there is this one. I mean, ugh. Right, so I was wondering why. Why are they pushing this sort of stuff at us now? I thought this had gone out with the 70s. Then I saw this in the Daily Mail. Again, read a view, sorry. They're talking about not tank tops, but gilets, or whatever the damn things are called. Once frumpy, now the height of fashion. No, they're still frumpy. Whether they're the height of fashion or not is whether we become accustomed to seeing them and thinking that they look okay. So here is a picture of a woman wearing several layers of clothing, including a gilet. And then there's another one. Yeah, they're all nice looking young women wearing colourful new clothes. But that doesn't make these things look any better on the average citizen. Now, I actually have stuff like this. And when you're going to the stables, this sort of thing is quite useful. And I even have an old tank top. I had two left over a couple of years ago. I had a red one and a grey one. And I wore the red one and I got some snarky comments to the extent that I thought, nah, it's really not nice. I'm going to get rid of this. So I got rid of the red one. But anyway, the point I'm making is that suddenly all the fashion for, well, ordinary people, I doubt you'd see this on a Dior catwalk, but all the ordinary people are being encouraged to suit up. So in the spirit of sticking to fashion, I'm going to do the same thing. Just one moment. Is this not very fetching? Now, I'm starting to wonder, why are they encouraging people to dress in this way? Well, I was thinking the last time was the 70s. In the 70s, there were in Britain, there was industrial upheaval. There were many strikes and there were a lot of cold houses because if the miners weren't on strike, then the electrical unions of one sort or another were on strike. So there were plenty of times when houses were cold. Also, central heating wasn't that efficient at the time. Now, it seemed that suddenly everybody was wearing these sorts of things in the 70s. I mean, even performers were doing it. There's a band called the Bay City Rollers, and I think they made, as far as I remember, they made a habit of wearing these sorts of things as well. And the previous time, in the 60s, nobody would be seen dead in something like this. But in the 40s during the war and the early 50s, yes, and that was because Britain was poor and houses were cold. And it struck me that this sort of thing is a response to cold, but why should it have come up all at the same time? Hang on a minute. You can stay in the 70s only for so long. So why would we be being encouraged to wear these sorts of things? Well, are we being encouraged, or is this just a response? And I still don't know. Why should Marks and Spencer's suddenly be peddling these awful things, and then the Daily Mail comes up with these, which are scarcely better, although slightly more so than the Marks and Spencer's offerings? Right, so this is my question now. Is there some direction about what people are supposed to wear? Because, of course, when we have these, excuse me, we're not thinking about turning up the heating quite so much, are we? Which is going to save the government a lot of money. Well, are they actually telling the fashion houses and the chain stores to come up with something like this to save the government money? Well, you make your own mind up. Meanwhile, it's pretty cold in this attic, so I think I'll keep this on. Till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Graniopteryx design or Grambo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.graniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.